we will be looking at the cosine law. We are done with the sine law for now, but it's always good to check for the sine law beforehand because the sine law, you will only resort to using the cosine law if the sine law doesn't apply. So let's take a look. Do we have, in fact, a perfect pair, a known angle and a known opposite side? We do not. So in this case here, we have to use the cosine law. So what does the cosine law state? It states that the square of the side, known sides, and the angle. So basically, we're looking for this side here, x squared, will be the sum of the two other known sides minus 2 times the two known sides and cosine the opposite angle from the side that we were looking for, so 91. So you can actually, some calculators, you can actually fit all this on your calculator, especially when you're looking for a side. So we can do that with this one here. So you can put all that on there. So let's do that. 19 squared plus 14 squared minus 2 times 19 times 14 times this there's a multiplication here, be careful, cosine 91 equals 50 500. So let's read it, 566.3. Let's stop there for a moment. Would that be make sense if that would be the answer? No, it would not. I forgot something. What did I forget? This is x squared, so there's one final step. I need to do the square root of this number to find what the x value is. So let's do that. Second function, square root of the answer, 23.8. Let's see if this makes any sense. 23, sorry, 23.8. Well, this is 91 degrees, so this has to be, this is the greatest angle. These ones are two smaller angles, so this side has to be the greatest side. So 23 and 8/10 does in fact make a lot of sense. So we're probably right. We are in fact right. So here, this one's a little bit more tricky, especially when we're looking for an angle. Now, how you set this up is you have to make sure that the side opposite to the angle we're looking for is the one that you put on the left side of the equality, and then the two other angles are the one you use in the rest of the formula. So let's do that. 39 squared, 34 squared, plus 23 squared, minus 2 times 34 times 23 cosine what we're looking for. So this one here, you won't be able to put it all in your calculator, but we will be able to put some bits and pieces into it. 39 squared for sure. Let's write that down, 1521. So that's important. So you have to write some bits and pieces down. We can group this together, 34 squared and 23 squared. So 34 squared plus 23 squared equals, so that's an important number too, 1685 minus, and then here's going to be your coefficient. These three numbers here, this is your coefficient for your cosine x. So that's important too. So 2 times 31, 2 times 31, not 31, sorry, 34 times 23 equals, so 1564, that's an important number, 1564 cosine x. Now, most students can get this far. It's here that they struggle. One thing you want to avoid is there's a multiplication here. So you can't do 1685 minus 1564. I know it looks tempting, but don't do that at this point because that would be false. This is a multiplication here. So to solve this, you actually have to solve it like it was an equation. So you have to actually subtract 1685 here because you want to isolate cosine x and then subtract 1685 here. So you get 0 here. That's what we want. And then, let's do that on calculator. 1521 minus 1685 minus 164. So I get to here, minus 164 equals negative 1564 times cosine x. Now here, what do I do now? Well, this is multiplied. So if I want to find cosine x, I'll have to divide by 1564, negative 1564 on each side. So to find my answer, I'll have to divide these two numbers. That'll give me cosine x, and I'll have to do second function, cosine minus 1. That'll give me my angle that I'm looking for. So let's do that. So that divided by negative 1564 equals, and then second function, cosine negative 1. My answer, 83.98, so 84 degrees pretty much. Does that make sense? 84 degrees for x. Yes, it does. It has to be a large angle because it's the largest side. So that's how you use the cosine law to find a missing